West Washington students. Big night for them, homecoming, also senior night for a lot of those people. Kind of double dipping on that,
Yeah.
being a senior and in.
Haven't heard. Our week 8 that was open has now been filled, as Indianapolis Shortridge will come down here in 2 weeks. So we will actually have one more home game before the tournament starts. So, these kids are guaranteed at least one more game on this field. So hopefully that takes some of the emotion out of it, knowing that this is not their last game, or possible last game here.
And even with that, I think most of these guys are under the think that they're going to go deep into
Yes.
sectional, so they're going to get at least another home game during sectional.
Yeah,
At
some
because
point.
At some point, it may
yeah.
be the first week, it may be the last week, but they're gonna get another home game here at Art Sanders Field.
Yes, I agree with you. And, I look for our defense to come out and play very aggressive tonight. Last week was the first time all season long that a team had been able to move the ball consistently against us. And, our defense up until last game, we talked about the numbers, which were just unrealistic as far as how few of yards they were giving up and how dominant they were. And, last week, Paoli's got a good offensive team, and, they had some success or sustained success. But, second half we got better, we got stronger, it seemed like. And, I look for us to come out and play that way right from the start tonight. Because when you look at our defensive stats, it is still very impressive even after last week. Teams are averaging 2.7 yards a carry against us. 107 yards a game is what we're giving up. But again, as we've talked, we played really three predominantly run teams, and to hold them to 107 yards is very impressive. Teams are still only completing about 40% of their passes against us for 250 yards. We're only giving up 157 yards a game on defense. Offensively, we're still averaging 423 yards a game total offense. Just our offensive stats are really good. 224 yards a game running, 198 yards passing, very balanced, which is what we're looking for. I mean, that's the key. And the kids have executed, coaches have executed, and you go back to last week. We talked a lot about it during the course of the second half. Is that offensive line was challenged at halftime, and they responded as we made a very conscious effort that we was going to run Mason Armstrong, we was going to run Roper McFeeters right up those linemen's backs, and they responded by opening some huge holes for them.
A couple of quick reminders while we've got a few seconds here before kickoff. There is a soup supper next week at Salem for Brittany Davidson. It does start at 5. Brittany is a West Washington grad, so kind of a dual thing there. She did work at Salem, but was a West Washington grad, so kind of a come, eat what you want, pay what you want thing there. So
hopefully everybody's listening. It's going to be at Perry Central next week there for the sectional championship. But if not, yes,
great opportunity to support some people in the community who are needing some help. So that would be a great thing to do. North Central, the team we're playing tonight, this is the second matchup. The first one was last year. So they've got us 1-0 so far because they won the only matchup that we've had, that sectional final last year. So, this is the
very unorthodox kick return. North Central comes out, and as they leave the entire middle of the field open, and sitting here as a coach, I'm thinking just pooch it over the front line's head and see if we can get down there and cover it. Jake kicks it deep. And it's taking about the 18-yard line.
He's met by a whole group of Senators there.
So I think I'm marking down about the 33. So that's where North Central will take over 1st and 10 on the right hash.
Senators come out. Looks like they're going to play a 4 front with 4 linebackers.
Yeah, we're played a lot of 5 last week, so rotating between the 4 and 5.
North Central,
Coming out
first
throwing
one,
deep.
first pass is deep. He overthrows number 3, Brayton Suggs. Their quarterback is number 4, Kobe Brewer. So first play is a pass downfield, but unable to complete it.
Yeah, I think they thought that West Washington come out expecting to run right off the bat, so take a chance. And, you know, he had a step, but overthrew him.
Suggs is a 6'2", 170-pound senior, so he does have some height out there. But being covered by our 2 corners who are 6'3", it's not going to be a
No way to
height
go there.
mismatch. Second play is a run up the middle.
What number was that?
12 maybe?
That's what I thought it was 12.
I think it's 12, Jace Norman.
And they're going to give him a pickup of 3. So makes it 3rd and 7 from the 35-yard line.
North Central comes out. 3 wide receivers, 1 back in the backfield. Comes back, going to be another pass play over the center. To number 3, Suggs makes that. He drives forward, going to be short about a yard.
I look for North Central to go for
North
it.
Central's
Right?
going to go for this right off the opening bat. They need a yard.
Big play for the defense here, instantly. Nice little play there, just slipped him right out in the flats. You know, nobody was there initially, and came up, and we had him. You know, after a 2 or 3 yard gain, and was able to work his way forward to make it 4th and a yard now.
Going to be a give right up the middle. First down for number 12, Jason Norman. It's a nice run up the middle. Going to move the sticks. First down for North Central.
Be a gain of 8 on the play. Give them the initial first down of the ball game. You know, they just ran that straight up the middle.
Yeah, straight up the middle.
Not a good sign that they're able to get that type of push here early. But we've seen this how many times where opening drive teams are
Teams
able
drive all the way down the middle of the field, and
to get
finally
stopped.
we hold up at about the 15. So that's
There, big Jake Strange in.
Jake Strange in on that.
Just bring up a 2nd down and 7 after a gain, or 2nd down and 8 after a gain of 2 on the play.
Bryce Brown checks out for the first time.
Jace needs to get on the high horse.
And if you can hear noise in the background, North Central's coaches are sitting right here to the right of us. So you may hear something besides me and Craig tonight.
On the line, Darren. On the line, Darren.
North Central comes out, trips to the near side.
The ball goes straight up the middle again.
Got stuff. Somebody got. On the line, we got stuff. We ran into the back of it.
4th carry now for Norman.
That's going to be kind of the story of the night, I think. I think Norman's going to get a lot, and when he's not, it's going to be Suggs out wide. So
I think you are right. And they're kind of setting it up where the quarterback's riding the run up the middle. He's going to pull that at some point, and that's where your ends have got to stay disciplined.
which
And-
our ends have done a really good job all year long.
You got Benskin and Strange there. Both guys have experience, disciplined kids, so you know expect to pass here. High snap.
That's going to be a false start.
He got out away from Jake.
We got a
Somebody lost
helmet
the
going
helmet.
rolling. That's number 4, the quarterback. So he's going to have to come out of the game now.
Yes. Will.
And we've got a penalty flag.
I believe it is a hold. I'm going to back him
So
up.
we're going to back him up. We're going to play that again. Oh, illegal shift. Not enough guys.
Are they telling him to go out? Okay. Brandon? They took it back, so it's still third? I don't know. Third down still? Let's go, green 81. Sorry, Brandon's in there? Okay, Brandon's in there.
So now there's some confusion on which quarterback is in.
He's got to come out.
He's got
unless
to
they
come
ca-
out. His helmet
unless they
came
call
off, so
time. So what is that, number 20 coming in at quarter? They will have to take a timeout or they're just going to get a delay of game.
there we go. So
A lot
gonna
of
be
confusion.
first time out. We're gonna step aside, have a commercial break from McDonald's there in Salem. We'll be back in just a moment.
Let's get on our feet and give a big hand to the starting lineup at McDonald's here in Salem. The Quarter Pounder is coming on the field. Filet of fish and those golden delicious fries are warming up on the sidelines. And now for the feature star of the night, the Big Mac. You'll score every time with a hot, fresh meal from McDonald's in Salem, whether you're there for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Take a time out and stop by before or after the big game to check out their all-day breakfast menu or value menu. Download the McDonald's app and you can get great deals on delicious tastes all day long, including buy 5 McCafe drinks and get one free. You'll score every time with the wife and kids when you make a touchdown at the Golden Arches right here in Salem. And don't forget, McDonald's has gift cards so you can give that great fresh taste all season long. Or stop by 601 South Main Street today. And be sure to tune in on Wednesday nights at 7 for WSL. We'll be broadcasting live at McDonald's for Coach's Corner.
What's included in the price?
Back to live action here. First play for the for the Thunderbirds. They gain about a yard. There as we come back from commercial here on 1220 WSLM. It's going to be 4th down and about 9.
And that was number 10, Brandon Daves, a freshman who had to come in at quarterback as Brewer had to go out, as we said, because his helmet came off.
So now it looks like they're going to come out with Brewer at quarterback, but he is also their punter, so
He is punting.
he punts it away. That's going to be a good kick. It's
Oh
going to
my.
bounce. It's going
Better
to
get in
roll.
there.
It gets into the end zone, so
Wow, that was close.
that was really close.
We watched him warm up and knew he could punt, and he got a great roll on that.
So Senators take over on the 20 for their first set of their first series here.
West Washington's going to come out, trips to the near side with Parker Green, Harrison Sanford in the middle, Chase Farmer on the inside, Jake Strange tied in to the left, Mason in the backfield.
Mason in the backfield.
Holden's going to keep it.
Brandon had it. That's a block in the back.
Nice run there by Holden. He's going to pick up a couple. Going to be about
Holden's going to keep it.
what, 6? 5 or 6?
6 yards.
Coach Myers over there working the
Nice.
down marker. He puts
Nice
it down
run
6
there by
yards
Holden.
away.
He's
So
going to pick
And
up.
Senators going fast. This time you got Strange tied in on the right side, and Mason and Harrison out. We're going to empty backfield.
empty backfield.
They are not. They've got one guy out here covering,
So we've got now it's going to be
Wow.
offsides.
and I'm sure that we're seeing that. But you got one guy out here covering Mason and Harrison.
That's not a
And you
good
got a
matchup
lineback-
anywhere.
You got a linebacker on Jake, so let's take advantage of that. See what happens.
Free over here. It's a run.
Up the middle. Mason breaks free, runs over one, and ends up gaining about 8.
Someone needs to tell Jace to get off his ass. He's just standing on his shoes.
Senators running fast here. They're already on the line, set again to go.
They jump
Jump
again.
again.
Yeah, they're going to move down the field on penalties.
Offsides again on the Thunderbirds, so we're going to pick up a first down there. Going to be 1st and 10 on the 45. Once again, this is pink out night here, so you do have quite a few people in
I
pink
jumped
shirts.
again. I'm not sure I've ever seen anything like this.
That's going to be another offside, so we're going to be 1st and 5 at the 50 now.
That is the 4th penalty, and we are still in the first quarter called on the Thunderbirds.
There we get it off clean. Holden pulls it down, going to throw across the middle.
Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
Nice hands there over the middle of the field. Number 4, their quarterback, Kobe Brewer, had a hand on it, was unable to pull it down. He is a pretty athletic
Very
kid.
athletic. As Holden was looking for Chase on
Nice
the
hand.
backside post, and, Brewer just made a tremendous play.
Brewer was spying in the backfield the whole time, watching
He's
Holden's
at safety.
Holden's
I mean,
eyes. So
he's better be aware of where he's at.
yeah,
Roper
McFeeters.
to the outside. He's going to have the first down and more there.
He's going to get the first down by about 4 yards there. Going to go out at the 41.
So 11-yard gain for Roper McFeeters. Gives the Senators their second first down of the ball game.
Holden gets his line set and comes back into a shotgun position.
Screen. Get him.
Parker catches that one. I believe that's Parker over there.
Is it Parker or Chase? I think
Oh, no, it's Chase. Chase ends up bringing that one down.
Playing too far off.
And he's going to pick up about 7 yards on the play, just to throw out to the sideline, and Chase was able to make him miss and cut back in the middle and pick up 7 yards.
Going to be 2nd and 3 here.
So back to Jake, tight end to the left, trips to the right
Trips.
with Parker, Harrison, and
6
Chase.
yards off the guy. He's heads up on the 30.
They jump.
They jump again.
And I mean, I know we sound like a broken record. That is 5 penalties now, and we'll give the Senators another first down.
Which is kind of funny because Holden doesn't have an actual snap count that he's calling off. It's not a hard snap count or anything. It's a snap when Charles is ready to snap the ball. So
You got to get someone in for Dave's.
deep ball to the corner.
Harrison turned around.
Harrison tries to catch it, but he's out of bounds before he can get a hand on it. That was a ball that was very well thrown, but just out of bounds. A little bit too much.
Good coverage by the Thunderbirds.
So we're going to come back. 2nd and 10 from the 29.
And North Central in a 5-man front. And I think actually we're going to call
Actually,
that
now we're going to have a penalty on the Senators. We're going to back it up 5 yards. So we're going to be 2nd and 15. Kind of a penalty-ridden quarter here. 4:35 left to go in the first. 2nd and 15. Senators still tied at 0 with the Thunderbirds from North Central.
Yeah, six penalties so far called. Fortunately, only 1 on the Senators. And there's another flag. And it's another false start on us.
Be ready for a pass.
So it'll bring up a 2nd and 20 for the Senators. 4:34 to go here in the first quarter, still scoreless. West Washington with ball for the first time this ball game. Give it
That
to
one
McFeeters.
too, McFeeters. He's going to get a bunch back. We're going to end up gaining about 15 on that one. So we're going to end up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, gets down to the 25-yard line, and actually a 14-yard gain there for Roper. As we talked last week, they're starting to use him more and more, and him and Mason complement each other real well. Mason more of an inside type power runner with shiftiness, and Roper's just got that explosion.
Right now, the boys just don't seem like they're in football ready
No.
tonight. There's just something a little off with it. And you said, with
Here
homecoming
goes.
and senior night and
And
everything,
Roper may go. Nice job,
Roper
gets down
to-
inside the 10.
to about the 8.
That'd be a gain of 17. That again, Mason, or Roper was on the left, Mason on the right of Holden, and they just turn and hand it to Roper and
Follow Mason as far as he can, and then read and
you
go.
got Harrison and Chase out there also as receivers, and those guys blocking are really, really talented.
So it's going to be first and
Roper's again.
9. Roper gets out wide, trying to get there, reaches out. He's going to be short.
1.
He's going to be about 1 yard short of the end zone.
So a gain of 7.
They're reading pass first.
They're not reading the line.
Yeah.
So bring up a 2nd and goal on the 1 yard line.
Senators looking to continue their success of scoring. Mason
it's gonna
takes
be
that
run.
one and gets in.
So nice.
We got a flag on that. It's going to come back.
Senators looking to
We have false start.
continue their success.
Nope, false
Nope,
start.
false start on the
Scoring.
Senators. Going to
Mason
back it up.
takes that one and gets in.
So Mason gets in the end zone, but that one's going to be called back on a penalty. Darren, are we close to even yet?
They got 5, we got 3.
Well, we're trying to catch up.
Yeah. So be 2nd and goal from the 6 now.
Holden pulls.
Nice block on
Nice
the
block.
outside, and there's going to be
Oh.
a flag.
Going to be a flag from halfway across the field
Wow.
on that. That's a
These officials' arms are going to be tired before halftime as much as
Pulls.
they're throwing.
Nice block on Nice the block. outside, and there's
We'll
going to be a
get to see a
flag.
replay of that.
Gonna be
I'm
Holding on these Senators.
you at home can make your own decision on if that was a hold out there or not.
And that's the thing. I think our receivers do such a good job, and their hands are inside, but officials just assume that they've got to be holding because guys can't get away from them, and that's definitely frustrating for the receiver. So to bring the ball back to
The 11.
11,
Going to be 2nd and 11.
and again, it's still goal.
That one's pulled. Holden gets loose, finds Jake in the end
Nice
zone.
job, great
Touchdown.
job by Holden keeping that play alive,
Yeah,
and
still goal.
Jake made a tremendous
Great job by Jake
catch.
for the read there. Touchdown,
Great
Senators.
throw by Holden.
Holden gets loose, finds Jake in
to
the
nothing.
end.
Nice
Nice
job.
job. Great
Touchdown.
job.
Great play there by Jake. Being able to keep his feet inbounds. 2:47 to go. Senators up 6-0.
And I liked how when Holden rolled, he kept his composure and, kept his head up, looking for that pass first, and found Jake running away from his defender. Again,
Senators still out there with their offense. Going to go for 2, just like they're normal.
and
Nice job there.
it's-
2-point conversion is good. Senators up 8-0. 2:47 left to go here in the first quarter of play. We're going to step aside, have a commercial break from the IHSAA and Meadowview. We'll be back in just a moment.
Nice job
Have a
there.
ticket to attend an IHSAA athletic event?
Harris cuts left, darts right, and goes straight to college!
High school sports teach life skills that go beyond the field of play. Skills that pave the way to a better education and a more fulfilling career. It's all included in the price of admission when you attend a high school athletic event. All you have to do is buy a ticket.
I can do that.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward Rehabilitation Program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Senators back to kickoff with Jake Strange. This is Craig Akers and Darren Russell on 1220 WSLM and on West Washington live stream. We are once again home game joined by our live stream technician Maddie Akers, who
Makes
takes
your
over
life
for
a
me.
lot easier.
It does. I get to stand and watch a game, so she takes over and kind of runs everything for me. So Jake with the kick down the middle. hits the North Central player, and then falls.
And he's got nowhere to go.
He's got nowhere to go, so he's down on about the 24,
Jake
I
with the
believe.
kick down the middle.
You might
Hits
make
the North
mention, I
Central
don't think
player,
the game's going to be
and
on
then
live stream
falls.
next
Correct. Next week, the game at Perry will
He's
not
got
be
nowhere
on
to
live
go,
stream.
so he's
So
down
definitely tune into
on about-
WSLM 1220 for that game. So, you won't be able to watch it, but you can definitely listen to Darren, and I believe you got Matthew Deaton
Yeah,
coming
Matthew's
to
coming out of retirement. for
coming
that
out of
game.
retirement to do the game there. And for some of you who haven't heard or don't know, we will have a game October 11th here at Art Sanders Field. Indianapolis Shortridge is coming in to take on the Senators. There's a handoff up the middle.
Looks like you may gain, is that Norman again?
I believe it is Norman again up the middle.
Gain of maybe 2.
Brought down by Hunter Pate.
Bring up a 2nd down and 8 with 2:18 to go here in the first quarter of play. Kind of a slow moving quarter and pretty much what you would expect when you have 9 penalties called in the first quarter.
There's a high snap, goes to number 12 again, Norman. Norman is met by Glenn Rankin and Bryce Brown to bring him down.
Bring up a 3rd down and 6 from the 28-yard line of North Central.
North Central brings their plays in from the sideline each time, so kind of slows it down just a little bit compared to the Senators, who get calls in and everybody knows the call from the sideline. So
Well, this is set up for it, definitely. This should work. This should definitely work. Come on, grab your
the pass is out to Suggs. He doesn't gain much there. I don't see Myers moving his down marker over there.
I think teams until they play us don't realize the closing speed that our DBs and linebackers have, because it looked like it was going to be, listening to some things up here, that it was going to be they had a lot of room, and was that Chase on that side?
It was.
Chase closed quickly.
Chase is back to return this punt now.
Mason closed, and what looked like a big gain goes for no gain.
The
Nice
ball
punt.
up in the air. Gonna bounce, roll, keep
Pick it up,
rolling.
Chase.
Down to the 20.
We'll take
Was that 22?
Yep, they flipped the field.
Senators are up 8-0 here. 16 and a half seconds to go in the first quarter of play.
Maybe we can bust a big one right here in the quarter.
It wouldn't be the first time that the Senators have.
No, Senators come out for their 2nd offensive possession.
16.5 left to go, and the Senators touch the ball for the 2nd time.
Yeah.
Jet sweep coming this way.
Chase.
Chase does a nice job getting out wide. He's
Slips
slips and
down.
falls.
And there's another flag. I mean, this is
Jet
ridiculous.
sweep coming this way. Chase does
See
a nice
what
job
the
getting
flag
out
is
wide.
here.
He's
Been a 23-yard gain,
slips and falls.
but I'm guessing it's going to be some type of hold. Yep. and
Hold on the
that's-
Senators.
And it's a spot foul, so we may. So they will mark it. Or take 10 yards off from the 37-yard line, which will put it back to the 27.
It'll be 1st and
5.
If Manning doesn't do too hot, if Manning doesn't do too hot, I don't think it'd be a bad idea to just get Deshaun, just see how Deshaun.
Mason up the middle, going to pick up that 1st down. Runs into the umpire in the middle of the field.
Into
Going to gain all the way up to
umpire.
the 49. That's going to end the first period of play. We're going to step aside, take a short commercial break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Wouldn't it be great to find a dealer that puts their customer satisfaction over their profits? Well, you have. Eddie Gilstrap Motors in Salem, Indiana has been your hometown Ford dealership for over 80 years. No hassle, no pressure, and ranked in the top 6% nationwide for customer service. Specializing in Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Eddie Gilstrap Motors is your one-stop shop for your sales, service, and auto body repair needs. Visit us today at EddieGilstrapMotors.com or come see us at 207 South Main Street, downtown Salem, Indiana.
Hey there, Radio Land. My name is Seth Ernstberger, and I wanted to make sure you'd heard about my new office, Ernstberger Orthodontics in Salem. We've got a spot now up here helping people find their happy when it comes to their smile and bite. It's one of my favorite things to do. So if you're wondering how braces or clear aligners like Invisalign can change your smile game, check us out on Facebook and Google, and then smile with us at Ernstberger Orthodontics in New Albany and Salem.
Back to live action here at Art Sanders Field, where the Senators are up 8-0, starting the second quarter of play. A couple of score updates. Salem is up 14-0 over Corden. So
Mitchell and Madison are tied at 6. Not very often that you see both teams with more penalties in the first quarter than they do first down.
yeah, yeah.
There's another one.
That's 4 times Anthony has jumped offside.
So going to be another offsides against the Thunderbirds. We're going to back up. Or sorry, we're going to go forward. Going to be 1st and 5 from the 47.
So you got back to your double tight end, Harrison Chase wide on each side, Mason in the backfield. And it's going to be Mason
up the middle. Ducks his head. Number 1 is going to be who brings him down, Thompson. Kalen Thompson, the 5'6" senior. Clock running here. 11:47.
See what?
There's a play up the side.
Straight up field.
Holden
That's
out
Holden.
wide.
And there's going to be another one. That, I mean.
That is at least 10 yards out of bounds. So
yeah, almost to the track.
Holden ended up rolling off of the track. So
And he gets down to the 11-yard line, so it's going to be a 29-yard run for Holden, and then you throw on another. Well, it'll only be half the distance, so it'll be another 6 yards on that. But, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 penalties now called on the Thunderbirds, and we've only played 1 quarter and 26 seconds.
So it's going to be 1st and
goal.
It looks like they're right on the.
Right at the 10. I mean, that you know, the offside jumping, you know, those things happen. But hitting a kid when he's 10, 15 yards out of bounds, that's nice cut by Roper.
McPheeters double cut there. Still going.
And
Stumbles. He gets into the end zone.
That was a tremendous run by Roper. He cut inside and then instantly bounced to the outside.
Double cut there.
For a freshman,
Still going.
Tremendous feat.
Stumbles, he gets into the end zone.
You know, he's going to be something special time he's senior. He may end up being better than Landon.
It is 14-0 here at Art Sanders Field. Roper goes, looking, waiting for a signal.
No good.
Going to be no good. So the Senators up 14-0 here. 11:27 left to go in the first half of play. We're going to step aside, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Listen up, high school sports fans. This cheer's for you.
You're number one. You're number one.
Why all the love? Why do we think you're number one?
Because as high school athletes, we know there is no us without you.
We know that when you buy a ticket to see an IHSAA game or meet, you're helping pay for new uniforms, safer equipment, or even a bus ride to the game.
But we also know what you're really saying is, I believe in you. I believe you could be somebody.
When you think about all of the opportunities your attendance at an IHSAA athletic event creates,
And the fact that you paid for your ticket,
well, fantastic doesn't begin to describe how we feel about you.
high school sports,
You pay,
we play.
everybody wins.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Welcome back to Art Sanders Field here on 1220 WSLM. Jake Strange back to kickoff. Senators up 14-0 over the Thunderbirds. Big Jake boots it deep. Gonna be a touchback unless he decides to. Oh no, can't bring it back out of the end zone. Can't bring it back out of the end zone. So, gonna be a touchback. Sorry, I had you turned down.
You didn't want to listen to me?
I did want to listen to you. I realized that you were talking and I was the only one that could hear you.
No, high school football, you cannot return a kick out of the end zone. So, who was that? Was that Brewer that tried to?
He got a
jump
hand
up,
on it, but
jumped
wasn't
up, try
able
and
to.
catch it, and goes through his hands and ends up rolling into the end zone. So that's an automatic touchback. And the Thunderbirds will start from their own 20-yard line. Over or under 4 penalties on this drive?
Under.
I'm going over.
I don't think we can keep this up. I don't think we can keep getting all these penalties. So it's going to be a jet sweep of sort.
And
Good run by Jace. Good read.
and
number 12, Jason Norman, is the one who picks
can
up.
get out to 35, so pick up a 15 and a first down for the Thunderbirds. Gave us a taste of our own medicine there. So we've hurt teams all season long with that jet sweep,
And we just got it run
Yeah.
against us. So
guess they're saying what's good for you guys.
yeah, if you can run it, we can run it too.
We're gonna see. You had success. Let's try that play.
Which our guys should be used to seeing it. I mean, we run it in practice all the time.
There it is again.
Number 1, that's Kalen Thompson. He doesn't gain much
goes
of
nowhere.
anything out there.
We'll call it second. Yeah, second down and 10. Hey, we're sitting there waiting for that. You know, it does kind of seem to me like they're, you know, if they have success on one play they're going to run it again that very next time. Again, bring up a second down and 10. 10 to go in the first half and counting.
That's going to be a straight quarterback run. He's met by Jake Strange and Hunter Pate.
Giving gain of 1.
So going to be 3rd and 8 here.
So, again, like we've seen so many times this year, North Central had some success on the first drive moving the ball, and yeah, they got a first down here on the jet sweep, but last 2 plays they've gone nowhere. And possession before they had they had no offensive rhythm whatsoever, and you know, basically 3 and punt.
They come out with 3 wide receivers on this play.
And here comes blitz, and he's met Glenn Rankin. You saw that blitz coming, and he met as soon as he took the hand. As soon as Norman took the hand off, he was there.
With 3 wide receivers on this
He's
play.
going to lose 2 on that.
And he's met
Bring up a
and
4th down now.
That is the welcoming committee there to Campbellsburg. Glenn Rankin, always good for a big hit somewhere in the game.
Chase is going back deep this time. He's back lined up at the 25-yard line. I'd like to see him get one and get a good return on this.
boots that one away.
they're-
Chase is going to be able to settle underneath this one.
Oh, shoot.
Block in the back. That wasn't even. That's another one. That's two.
And Chase gets
Chase
out of
gets
it. He
wide.
may go.
He's out wide.
I know. Here comes.
Nope, we're going to have a blocker there.
Yes.
Gonna be
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Senators.
80-yard touchdown return by Chase Farmer, who actually muffed
Chase
the catch.
gets out of it. He may go.
Times got
He's
a good
out
bounce,
wide. Oh, no,
reversed
here
his field,
comes- here
and was
comes-
just able to outrun everyone.
That's a good job
Great.
of
Nope, we're
of
gonna have
Sanford
a
staying out
blocker
front,
there.
ready
Yes.
to block too.
Yes.
So
Touchdown. Touchdown.
Brewer, Brewer's got speed.
Brewer's got speed, and he
And-
chased him down from the opposite hash. So
And Harrison, good thing he's got speed too to stay with Chase and
Yeah.
was able to make that key block.
So Senators up 20-0 here. 8:10 left to go in the first half.
Right.
Going to be another slant coming in from the side. Was that Harrison? Harrison was unable to hang on to that one. So Senators going to stick with their 20. But it's a kind of been the normal for the Senators this year. You know, gaining yards, doing great things on special teams, being able to.
Well, and so many times you see, you know, kid on punt return, you know, your guys just expecting to catch it, go down, you know, get 4 or 5 yards maybe. But, you know, when it was muffed and it went rolling back about another 10 yards from where Chase was at, you know, our guys, they got their heads on swivels looking for guys that they can block. And Chase was able to get outside, and it really looked almost like they had a wall set up. And he got behind that wall and was gone. And like we said, I mean, Burr had speed and chased him down about the 15-yard line. But Harrison was there and able to make a huge block to allow Chase to get in the end zone. So, again, that 80-yard punt return by Chase Farmer.
So
Jake Strange getting ready for his 4th kickoff. They backed up now to the 10. Originally, they were lining up around 20, 25. And, you know, that's kind of been the story with Jake this year is the more times he's kicked, the deeper his kicks have gone. Usually it's the other way around.
It's the other way around. The
your
more you
legs
kick,
get tired.
Yeah. But Jake has done a good job of conditioning and being able to kick stronger the further he goes.
And
that
now he
one
kicks it
goes
pick it up
through the hands at the 15.
And he's got nowhere to go. Great coverage by the
Roper
Senators.
McFeeder's in on that tackle on this side.
Goes through the hands
Marking
at the
20-yard
15.
line.
And he's got nowhere to go. Great coverage by the
And we
Senators.
bring up a first down for the Thunderbirds with 80 yards to go to get in the end zone. 8:03 to go here in the first half of play with the Senators leading 20-0. Thunderbirds come out with 2 wide receivers the far side, 2 guys in the backfield, along with Brewer.
Brewer takes that, rolls.
And he's going to look, and it's going to be out of.
Nice job by Holden there. He
Holden went up, and tremendous effort, tremendous job on that play. But I'm afraid that if he had picked it off, he was going to be out of bounds anyway because his momentum was carrying him.
It was still going to look good though.
Good main thing is nobody got behind him.
Yeah,
that's the key, and that's Holden's job as safety.
Making sure nobody gets behind him. Great night for some football here. Stands are pretty full tonight along with the hillside over there. We got people over enjoying the hillside. The alumni band is playing. Senator cheerleaders out in their pink for the pink out tonight.
Yeah, enjoy tonight because they talk like the next few days it's going to be miserable. A high snap.
High snap, fumble, bumble on the ground. Senators recover.
Yep.
That is Hunter Pate who comes up with that. I'm still not used to seeing him in 58.
I
but
know. And look for us to go to the end zone right now. So West Washington with the ball right back, leading 20-0, 7:50 to go here in the first half. And I would say you're looking for Chase or Parker. It's going to be
Roper. Nice stiff arm there.
And he gets taken down.
Gets taken down.
Inside the 10.
Yeah, going to be about the 6, I believe.
What, 7 or 6? We're going fast.
Coming back, same play, other way. Cuts back, still trying to get forward. 53 ends up bringing him down. David Baker.
It's down to about the 3-yard line. Gain of 4 for Roper. Make it 2nd and goal from the 3. Mason comes in, so we're probably going 2-back set with Mason and Roper both, or each on the side of Holden. Looks like Chase comes out. Parker Green near side. Jake and Rankin are at the tight ends. And it's going to be
hand off to Mason up the middle.
And he's going to be
He's going to be in for a touchdown. Senators 26-0. 6:56 left to
This is
go.
the explosion that we've seen every game in a matter of less than 5 minutes.
Mason comes out. Harrison goes back in. Farmer goes back in. Parker Green also comes out.
So again, as I was saying, in the last less than 5 minutes, we have put 18 points on the board.
Which is the Senators that we're
It's
used
a norm.
to seeing.
It's a norm for us, really. It's a jet sweep.
Jet sweep, looking for blockers.
And he's
gets
gonna
out
walk
wide.
in.
He's going to walk in. Harrison Sanford gets in for that 2-point conversion, making it 28-0 here with 6:57 left to go in the first half of play. We're going to step aside, have a commercial from Salem Crossing and the IHSA. We'll be back in just a moment.
Caring people make the difference. You can feel it the minute you walk into Salem Crossing. Experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. They're here to help you and your family find answers and solutions and peace of mind. In fact, they become an extension of your family. For more information about Salem Crossing, visit ASCSSeniorCare.com or call 812-883-1877. That's 812-883-1877.
If you bought a ticket to an IHSAA athletic event last weekend, give yourself a giant pat on the back.
You helped ensure our school has the resources it needs to support our athletic program.
You might have even punched somebody's ticket to a better life.
Yeah, like mine.
So give yourself a big high five.
Yeah.
And thank you.
High school sports.
You pay.
We play.
Everybody wins.
That's right.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA.
Back for another kickoff here on WSLM 1220 AM and on West Washington live stream. Jake Strange back to kick. Senators up 28-0. That one once again bounces.
Taking it to
Suggs
about the
picks
10.
it up. Finds the wall of Senators and then goes down at about the 25. Going to get some forward progress.
Suggs picks it up.
Again, nice coverage by the Senators. Now
Finds the
Thunderbirds will
wall
have
of
to go
Senators and then
75
goes
yards.
down at about
Pay dirt. Since the first quarter, or since the first drive, actually, they have not got a first down. Well, they did get one first down.
The jet sweep that they ran.
And the officials' arms, knock on wood, must be getting sore because we've not seen that yellow for a little bit.
Now you've done it. I'm picking over on 4 this drive.
Yeah, what was I thinking? We get a rhythm to the game, and now they're going.
There's a handoff. New back in the backfield.
Number 10, I believe.
That is Braden Daves.
5'10", 45-pound freshman. Runs
He's
for
down
no
on the
gain.
ground.
Yeah.
It's not a good sign. He's rolling over. So we're going to step aside, have some commercials. We'll be back in just a moment.
You want to feel goosebumps? Then purchase a ticket to an athletic event at your local high school. You'll be making a lasting difference in your community. Buying a ticket to an IHSAA game or meet helps ensure your school has the funding it needs to operate. New uniforms, safer equipment, transportation. Your ticket purchase helps to pay for it all. You're also helping today's student athletes learn the life skills they need to get better jobs and become better leaders. Plus, you'll see them do some amazing things.
Whoa! Did you see that? Oh man, I think I just got goosebumps.
Me too.
High school sports. We pay, they play. Everybody wins. This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Back to action here at Art Sanders Field, where the Senators are up 28-0. The injured Thunderbird was able to get up and walk off the field under his own power, so that's a good sign for the Thunderbirds, who are a little bit thin over there on that far sideline.
Yeah, they got some guys walking wounded, not quite as many as we do.
It's still plenty.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I'm not going to comment. Keep my mouth shut. Here we go. They got trips to the near side, single receiver backside, and
oh, nobody.
Yeah, they're going to be loss of about 4 on that, as the entire center defensive line was right there on the handoff.
That was Jace Norman who took that, got about a yard shy of the line of scrimmage, and then was driven about 7 yards deep after that. So,
yeah, I mean, it looked like, and of course, officials are going to mark it about a 2-yard loss. Something I don't understand is forward progress.
It's
like
always interesting on that mark.
Always. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 12.
5:35 left to go here in the first half of play.
Okay. And I think there's a timeout by Farmersburg, as they came out in trips to the near side, so we'll see what they do after the timeout.
We're going to stay right here. You know, the Senators once again come out and just have a quarter that is an explosion. You know, for them, it's been the case all year. There's been one quarter where they just seem to be able to put up just a massive amount of points. And tonight it was the second half of the first quarter and into the second quarter. You know, there's everything seems to be clicking for them.
Right, and you look at the stats. I mean, domination. Senators 174 total yards in the first half. Farmersburg 38. West Washington averaging 9.7 yards a play. North Central's averaging 2.1. So, you know.
And that doesn't take into account the 80-yard kick return.
Yeah, and, you know, the fact that last drive we started on the 20. So we're doing basically whatever we want now. You know, they've done a pretty good job taking some deep passes away, and that's primarily because you got Brewer sitting there at safety, who is as good as any athlete as anybody we've seen this year.
They come out in
strong arm. Oh my! No, they are. Oh my goodness! I'm sorry.
Those of you at home get to watch that on replay.
They make a pass. Harrison Sanford got there same time as the ball.
Oh my!
Obviously didn't catch it, but they're going to call a penalty on, or that's Chase.
I'm not sure who they're calling it on.
That's Chase or Harrison one, whichever one hit him. But, I mean, that was not a flag. It was a penalty because they felt sorry for the poor kid. And, you know, he's going to be sore, but it's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
Those of you at home get to watch that. Oh
my!
And Farmer is there as soon as he touches it. So it's.
I mean, you could not time that any better.
You couldn't ask for a better technique from the DB there.
That's where I'm sure Coach Bowsman wished he had a challenge play.
Yeah. And if he didn't have one, Coach Gibby, the defensive coordinator, would have definitely thrown it. There's the jet sweep going the other way. Does gain about 8 on that. I believe that was Thompson with the carry there, number 1. Glenn Rankin comes across the field to make that tackle. Under 5 to go now in the second period. Senators up 28-0.
You know, I understand the point of safety and everything, but you know, football is a contact game, and you know, you cannot penalize a defensive back for doing what they're supposed to do. And Chase, like I said, I mean, it's a DB's, you know, dream to time it up like that, get a big hit, and now we're going to penalize him.
And Chase does a good job. Those of you who were watching at home could see that Chase had his head up, his face up. He wasn't leading with the top of his helmet either.
No, I mean, there was nothing dirty or intentional about it. I mean, it was a football play. But nonetheless, brings up 3rd and 1 for the Thunderbirds. 4:12 to go here in the first half. You know, I know if Matthew Deaton was sitting up here right now, he would be going nuts about
on that one. That ball is handed off
going nowhere
to number 12, Jace Norman, once again. Their primary back out of the backfield.
He's going to stay right there.
He'll stay right there, maybe back up just a little bit. Going to be 4th and a long one, maybe.
So big play for the center defense here. If we get a stop, they'll give us the ball with about 3 minutes to go in the first half, and then obviously we get it to start the second half. I would make sure I'm watching Mr. Brewer on this.
Yeah. This is a prime time for him to pull one down.
Yep. And he
didn't get it.
That was Norman again.
That was Norman coming up. That is 63, Bryce Brown, who comes up and makes the stop there.
Great defensive stand by the. Now hang on.
That spot is a little bogus, but they're going to come in and measure that.
I mean, from looking up here, he's a good yard short. And I mean, and that's giving him the spot they gave him.
So they're going to come in with the far side yard markers. Elementary principal Tom Rosenbaum and 6th grade teacher, along with myself, Mr. Clayton Sullivan.
It's a first down. Wow.
That was definitely a generous spot there coming in. So
we credit the officials for that.
Thunderbirds are going to get a first down here on their, 48. 2:54 left to go here. Senators up 28-0 over the North Central Thunderbirds.
I think now North Central is going to be content just getting the half without giving us the ball back.
Yeah.
And, you know, where they get a first down or not or look to score. And play clock's down to 3.
Play clock down to 3. Not going to get this one off.
They did. There was no way they were set. And they used their last
time out. We're going to step aside, have a short commercial break. We'll be back in just a moment.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Battleview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward rehabilitation program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Battleview and Salem Crossing, 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Hello, hello, it's Dr. Seth again from Ernstberger Orthodontics. Now, we've been tackling crooked teeth and bad bites with braces and Invisalign out of our Salem location for a while, and we absolutely love coming to the new office. We're so pumped to be able to offer a local option for folks wanting to improve their smile without so much driving and missed work and school. Not to mention, we're loving getting to know and support the wonderful Washington County schools, teams, and communities. When it's time for you or your family, smile with us at Ernstberger Orthodontics in New Albany and now Salem.
Back on 1220 WSLM and on West Washington live stream. Senators up 28-0 here. Fumble on the ground.
Farmersburg ran the option near side.
Senators up 28
was
to
Glenn
nothing
Rankin
here.
that made the tackle. As
Fumble on the ground.
Fumble. And then they were able to pick it up, though, North Central was. But it's going to be no gain.
No gain on that. Clock's going to continue to run. 2 minutes to go here in the first half.
And I would say we get a stop here right on this play. Do not be shocked to see West Washington use their 3 timeouts.
Yeah, to get
give
that
the
ball
offense
back.
One last chance. But it's going to be down under a minute 30 before they snap this play.
Well, remember at Paoli, I believe it was 57 seconds that they gave the ball back to us, and we were still able to drive it in.
Good job utilizing that time.
It's going to be an inside pitch. Spun down is Norman. Going to be
first
timeout West Washington.
Going to be on the 49-yard line.
Coach Bousman is not real happy about the spot of that ball, I believe.
I mean, it's. I gotta keep my mouth shut.
He is less than pleased with how that is going. So Senators are out ahead, 28-0 here at Art Sanders Field on the Pink Out night for cancer awareness. Great job by all of the FFA and everybody. I believe they kind of head up the Pink Out and selling the shirts and everything. So great job. See a lot of those. Even see one sitting next to me. Coach Russell has on his pink shirt.
Good in pink, I was told. I don't see that very often.
I want to know who told you that.
Some kids. I'm sure they just want me to look stupid.
Did they tell you that before you bought the shirt or after you bought the shirt?
After.
After you bought the shirt.
Yeah.
Huh? That's good.
Yeah. Nah.
Did you give them some extra credit?
No, I didn't.
Senators come back out onto the field. Looks like they're going to play with a 5 front this time. Going to be 3rd and about 7.
Okay, so now Keelan's running to the right side. They're running to the right. So trips left. Trips left. Trips left. Trips left.
They are in their trips to the near side. Single back. And stand up throw out here to number 1. He gets to the outside, and he's going to get out of bounds. That will help the Senators at least stop the clock without having to burn a timeout.
But it's going to be close to the first down.
He's a couple yards short, but, you know, knowing how the spotting's gone the last couple times, be interesting to see where. And they're going to spot about 2 yards short. Be 4th down and 2, and they are going for it.
They're going for it here. Minute 12 left to go.
Again, he's their punter.
Inside pitch.
I think he's going to. Let's see. He's short, but I'm betting money it'll be a first. No,
going to turn around and go the other way.
Wow.
Going to be 1st and 10 for the Senators.
And the Senators will have a minute 4 to go with 2 timeouts. And they are already to the line.
Senators are already out, ready to go on this one.
Tell Rowdy to back off.
They're going deep to Chase.
Deep Chase.
Oh, you got it.
Touchdown, Senators.
57-yard touchdown. We didn't need much time, I told
Nope.
you.
We took it with 1:12. There's 55.6 left, so you do the math at home. Didn't take long for that score.
Going deep to Chase.
34
Chase.
to
Oh, you got it.
55.6 left to go on the clock.
Touchdown, Senators.
57-yard
Touch.
double move or a stop and go.
Stop and go there, and the North Central corner definitely bit on it. Allowed him to get behind him, which then all Holden had to do was throw it over the top and let Chase run underneath it.
We make this 2-point conversion, it will be a running clock from the very start of the second half. And we do.
We do.
As Harrison
we get in.
Sanford again.
Harrison Sanford again. So that's 36-0 Senators here. 55.6 to go in the first half.
It will be a running clock the entire second half.
Which has been kind of the normal for the Senators. Other than the Paoli game, it has been a running clock in the second half. Or at least at some point in the second half. I believe Paoli, at Pekin, it was later, but
yeah,
it did.
No, because wasn't Pekin 36-8?
Oh, that is correct. So it didn't.
Never got there.
So Paoli and Pekin are the two. North Central is unable to keep it within that 35-point range, so they are going to have that running clock, which is something new this year.
And
I haven't got any updates from Salem yet.
Update: Mitchell is ahead of Madison 30-12.
That's good for.
That's good for our strength of schedule.
Yeah.
So Jake back for his 6th kickoff here in the first half.
The Senator cheerleaders are getting their exercise tonight. Quite a few jumping jacks being done tonight. That kick back to number 1.
He's not. Gets out to about the 32, 33-yard line. Be interesting to see what North Central does here.
Because the Senators are getting the ball back to start the second half. So,
but do they want to take a chance on throwing it up and us intercept it and give us 40 seconds to go here?
I don't think so. So once they snap this ball, it'll be a running clock no matter what.
You can't have running clock in the first half.
Oh, not in the first half.
It cannot start until the second half. And then once it does,
it doesn't
stop.
Well,
except for scores, injuries, and timeouts. He's running backwards.
He's running backwards. He's going to come down. Farmer
I don't
is
think
the
he
first
wanted
one to get
hit. I don't think he wanted to get hit at all.
That Farmer was the one out there, which is the one who laid the lumber on this sideline, and he may have talked to his buddy over there.
Yeah.
Said, hey, remember that? It was not much fun.
I'd be very, very shocked if they even snapped the ball. It's down to 20 seconds to go, and
21 on the play clock, so they don't have to snap it again.
He's not getting another play.
He's not getting another play.
And the first half with the Senators leading 36-0, and it's been a huge second quarter as they put up 28 points here in the second quarter, and we'll go to the locker room and again get the ball to start the second half.
We're going to step aside, have a few commercial breaks, and I believe, Coach Russell, we're going to be joined by a special guest.
Special guest at halftime.
Okay, so stay tuned. Stay tuned, listen in, and you'll hear who the special guest is. We're going to step aside for a few commercials and be back in just a little bit.
Your mugshot 7 days a week at WSLMradio.com from all over Kentuckiana, Clark, Floyd, Harrison, Jackson, Lawrence, Scott, and Washington counties.
Just go to WSLMradio.com and click on the police news and read the latest police news powered by Eddie Gilstrap Motors.
Follow the Gilstrap link to find the latest deals on new and used Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, and Jeeps, as well as scheduling your next service appointment.
80 years of their family serving yours.
Come visit America Flea Market in Salem. We've got over 22,000 square feet of treasures and one of the largest indoor flea markets in Kentuckiana. Located at 110 Progress Boulevard in Salem, We're one of the ultimate destinations for picking and saving and a fun place to shop. We have over 70 vendors and a huge selection of new, used, antique, primitive, and vintage items. Beat the heat. Stop in our air-conditioned store. Come and see us Tuesday through Sunday. We open up at 11 a.m. America Flea Market, where pickers pick and shoppers save.
What's included in the price of a ticket when you attend a high school athletic event? For starters, greater opportunities for our kids.
And here comes Lopez. He dribbles, fakes, shoots, and scores! A high-paying job!
Putting today's young people on the pathway to success. Inspiring them to never give up. Encouraging them to always do their best. Teaching them how to be better leaders. It's all included in the price of admission when you go to an IHSAA athletic event. All you have to do is buy a ticket.
I can do that.
High school sports. We pay, they play, everybody wins. This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Oh, my goodness!
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint like Valspar and Clark & Kensington. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Before your next project, talk to your local paint experts, Eva Marie and Erica, at Ace Hardware of Salem. Stop in today and see why we're the helpful place.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly update from the IHSAA Commissioner himself, Bobby Cox. Now for the inside scoop on what's happening day to day with the IHSAA, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Bobby Cox.
Welcome back, everyone. This is our weekly conversation with the Commissioner, the Commissioner's Corner. IHSAA Champions Radio Network. I'm Bob Lovell. The Commissioner, Bobby Cox, joins me. Commissioner Cox, thanks so much for being with us. Week number 3 of the high school football season. We are rolling along. Weather has been great, and there's a lot of positives right now to talk about on the football season.
You are right, Bob. Amazingly, the third of the regular season is now completed. 3 games, we play 9, and so it goes by so quickly, and we have been very fortunate. The weather across the state for the first 3 weeks has been great. That should encourage great crowds. The reports that we're receiving in the office that there have been capacity crowds at many of our venues across the state. That's a real good sign for our member schools that play football. It's a revenue piece. It carries a lot of the other programs within the department, and so that's a really good thing when we have good weather and fans can come out and support these young people. And the games have been fun. We've had some great matchups. We've had some great upsets. We've had the monitoring of our new Mercy Rule. This past week, we had 50 games of the 164 contests that reached a 35-point or greater disparity between the two schools. So we assumed that the Mercy Rule was in effect. And the office has received no complaints, no reports of clock malfunctioning, no negativity whatsoever with the implementation of the Mercy Rule. So we're very pleased with the first 3 weeks, and we'll continue to monitor it throughout the season.
Yeah, it's interesting that 3 weeks in, certainly a small sample size, but 1/3 of the games seem to be close to the standard to this point.
It is interesting, and it'll be interesting to compare the entire season as you get closer to the end and teams start getting a little better toward the end, getting ready for tournament time. Maybe those number of games that are at 35 points or greater will go down, but we don't know. We've never done this before, so it's really kind of interesting to watch the results come in, and then we'll obviously do this during the tournament series, and then we're going to compare those to last year's results in the tournament and see if we see a decrease in those types of things throughout the sectional.
Bobby Cox joining us. We're talking about all things IHSAA. Fall sports in full swing. won't be long before we start getting into postseason play. Girls golf is right around the corner.
It is right around the corner, and there have been some big invitationals in girls golf, so you're starting to see some scores come down, and it won't be too long before we start sectional play. In the month of September, we start playing girls golf the 20th of September. That's just a couple weeks away. So we're right at it here, inside 2 weeks. And then once the girls golf tournament begins, then all the other fall sports fall in line, and we'll be in tournament play. And, of course, football will be the final tournament series to conclude and over Thanksgiving weekend at Lucas Oil Stadium. So it's fast and furious fall, but it's a lot of fun for high school fans and a lot of fun for our student athletes.
A little bit of a different question. We talked about football. Numbers for high school football in our state are down slightly. Seems to be a little bit of a trend nationwide. Am I right?
It is correct, Bob. There's a variety of factors, but I think certainly the concern for young people playing football and concussions has changed that dynamic a little bit. I would tell you, though, that education about concussions and the safety of the game has never been, I don't think high school football has ever been safer than it is today with the technologies that we now have, the way we teach tackling, the way we equip young people. But there's still a concern, and that's a justifiable concern by any parent. Numbers are down. Part of the reason our numbers are down, though, is because we lost 3 football playing schools.
Right.
Because of school closures, and that will skew the number as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you've got to also not only look at it globally like we're trying to look at it, but also need to look at it a little more locally and see, are we comparing apples to apples? Do we have the same exact number of football playing schools from one year to the next? And then let's see what our numbers look like, because this year we have 3 less football playing schools than we did the year before.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox. This is our weekly conversation about all things IHSAA related. Commissioner, have a great weekend. Let's hope the weather holds off again for some fun sports throughout the weekend around the state.
Me too, Bob. Thanks a lot.
We're back to live action here at Art Sanders Field on the West Washington campus, where the Senators are up 36-0 over the North Central Thunderbirds. We are joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jackson Byrne.
I don't know if it's that big of a deal, Joe. I appreciate it.
Well, it is. You were part of this Senator football team. You have since moved on, and you're now at Indiana State. Talk to us a little bit about how that's going.
Right now we're 2-2. We're on the bye week, so that's why I was able to come home today and for the weekend. Last 2 games, we're on a 2-game win streak. We beat Eastern Kentucky and then Eastern Illinois. Started off the year with a pretty tough loss to Kansas in the last 2 minutes of the game that we all thought we should have won. And then we started off 0-2 and we lost to Dayton the very next week by 7.
So what's the big difference between playing football at the high school level and playing at the college level?
The time and the details that goes into it. I mean, I get done with class at like probably 11:30 on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then 1:45 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then right after that from 2:30 to 3:30 or 4 o'clock on some days where you're watching film, and then we're straight out of the field and we're practicing at 5:15, not getting done until 7 o'clock some nights, and that's not even including the 6 a.m. lift I have to go to on Tuesdays and Thursdays during the week.
So it's a pretty hectic schedule just with football, and then you've got class on top of that.
Oh yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about when you're traveling to those schools. How do you're missing classes and you're traveling Fridays or if it's a long road trip, then it might be Thursday, Friday to play your Saturday games. How does that work?
So we've only had 1 road game so far this year, but it's the same process for everything. If it's a longer road trip, like if we're on the bus, we usually leave about 7, 8 in the morning from the stadium on Fridays, and we'll miss class on Fridays. And most professors, probably 99% of them are cool with everybody missing as long as you get the note in, and they let you make all the workout that you miss if you even miss anything, because most professors in college, they don't want to be there on Fridays either, so they're not really doing anything. But we leave then. Sometimes it's I think the furthest bus drive I've been on is 8.5 hours my freshman year.
That's a long bus ride. No matter where you're going, 8.5 hours on a bus is a long time.
Even if you get your own seat, it's a long time. It's like spending in class 3 or 4 days with Darren a week. That's what it's like.
Well, and football linemen aren't small guys, so
No.
I mean, you pack them on a bus. That's
it gets hot.
I
It
bet.
gets real hot. But yeah, we'll get there depending on what time. Like sometimes it's 5 or 6 at night. First thing we do is we get off, we eat dinner, we have a meeting, then we'll have like probably a walkthrough at the end, and then a team meeting to end the night. Then you get a little snack, go to bed, wake up the next morning, probably 7 or 8, go get breakfast. You have your meeting with your position, then you do a stretch, and then a walkthrough with the team again. And then you load up the buses, or get lunch, load up the buses, and then go to the game, and then you get just ready for pregame. And that's how it is for most games. I know Kansas, we flew out this year, and that was about an hour plane ride. We got there about, I want to say 3 o'clock their time. And so we had a lot of downtime. We were supposed to go to the stadium out there before the game on Friday. Didn't get a chance to because of some scheduling conflicts. So it just depends. Sometimes you're in your hotel room a lot more than you'd expect.
So what's the best part about those road trips? I know you said you've only been on one this year, but you've been on them in previous years. So what's your favorite thing for those road trips?
Probably the food before you get on the plane or the bus, because it's usually a pretty good meal. Sometimes we get Boar's Head, like lunch, box lunches. Lately it's been really poly. But then the coolest thing is going to see the stadiums. Like freshman year, I got to go to Tennessee and see Neyland, which is the 4th largest stadium in the country. I got to see that one. Got to go to the Dakota Dome my freshman year at South Dakota, which is where we're at next week. That's a pretty cool dome. The Northern Iowa Dome. Just looking at all the different stadiums, that's like a pretty cool thing to do in my opinion, because there's people who have like bucket lists, like sports advocates, who their big thing is go to see all the NFL stadiums, all the like Big Ten or SEC stadiums they can. And that's one of the pretty, like, probably my favorite thing to do.
And you've played in some very nice high school places also. I mean, you were at New Albany before you came here, and then when you were here, you got Art Sanders Field and all the.
This is definitely the best one here.
you like West Washington the best over.
The grass is definitely better than turf in my opinion, especially the one in New Albany.
You don't like turf? I
like turf. It just has to be the good kind. New Albany didn't spend a whole lot of money on it because they had to do theirs and Floyd Central's.
Oh.
But I like playing on grass better. It's just a better feel because it makes you feel like you're actually playing football.
Yeah.
And not being the chance where you can't like get a grass stain or something or mud on you.
Well, here the grass is always growing, so I mean you never have to worry about the mud.
If it storms, I mean, you never know.
Yeah, you had some stormy games in your time here.
One here and one at Perry my junior year.
I remember Perry. It was
raining sideways.
It was not much fun. I remember I was sitting in the stands watching that one.
I saw Darren freezing on the sideline, shivering. He had icicles coming out of his nose.
No, anything less than 70, Darren's cold. So I mean, he gets cold as soon as it drops to into the 60s. He's freezing. So
I mean, he's constantly got the heater on in his room. That's what I heard. He's sweating kids out.
Sweating kids out. Well, he's got on his pink shirt tonight, and his kids told him they look good in it. So.
Well, he does, and I think he looks really good right now. Got a nice little tan going. Must have went to PCB over spring break last year, didn't you? Aw.
But he's getting ready to go somewhere south over fall break. So.
Ooh. That's good for Darren. I'm proud of you.
What's your fall break look like? I mean, do you guys have games over fall break?
We get like I want to say it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off, but we still have. We're practicing during the week, and then we have the game, obviously. But it's nice. All we have to focus on is just practice and meetings, and we get a lot more downtime than normal. Like we get a lot more time to go sleep and just hang out in our rooms or wherever we live.
I remember when I was in college, sleep was always one of those things that you could never get enough of. Are you the same way?
Yes, I mean with the class schedule, because sometimes you'll have homework keeping you up till 12, 1 o'clock at night, and then you got to turn around, either wake up for a 9 a.m. or a 10 a.m. or in my case sometimes a 6 a.m. workout, where you got to be there 15 minutes before 6 a.m. because you're starting at 5:45, but you got to be there 15 minutes before 5:45 or you're costing the whole team up downs. It's a whole process that you have to get explained to you like your first day there, and if you don't pick on to it, you're pretty much screwed.
And you pick up really quick.
Oh yeah, because if you don't, the older guys just let you have it.
Yeah, they inform you very quickly of what you need to do and how it needs to go.
Exactly.
And everything. So, how did playing at West Washington, a 1A school, how did that prepare you moving forward, with your career at Indiana State?
Well, the coaches knew. The coaches during the seasons and everything, they knew. They were very detailed out in our practices and our game plans, and we did a very good job, I thought, with how we detailed our offense. When I got to college, I was expecting like a whole new footwork and system of how to like block, and it was exactly how we blocked here with a lot of pick up, put it down, and going. So most of the footwork stuff was the same. The only difference I'd say is not so much like the size of the player, it's just the athletic ability. And after like the first day of practice in the pads my freshman year, it was like, it's playing guys I played against my senior year and junior year here, they're no different in competition, just the athleticism.
You know, when you were here, you were a two-sport guy. You did football and basketball. You get on the basketball court much?
I'm going to plead the fifth on that one because I don't know if I can say that. But actually, I do. We're not allowed to during the season. We can go shoot or like play horse or something, but we'll sometimes go play at our rec, and we'll play. And I'm the only lineman they let play because all the other guys are either they're too slow or they're just not very good. They can't catch the ball.
It was funny. We had a talk about you a couple of days ago in the 6th grade meeting that we have every week, and we were talking about how you could just flat stroke the three. You were a big dude, but you
tell my dad that
you loved it from outside. Well, another guy who is big and can stroke the three is your dad. Your dad can knock it down.
Don't tell him that either. Don't stroke his ego anymore.
I remember watching a pep session where he stepped out there and drained, I think, 6 in a row from the three-point line.
Yeah, he claims he beat me and one of the old teachers here, but I had to carry that load, and he had one other basketball player on his team.
Well, a win's a win.
He didn't win. I had 17 on my own. He had 16 with him and Bryce.
Well, a win's a win. Nobody knows how much it's by anymore. I mean, it's still a W in the column. So.
It is, for me at least. Not for him. He can get his moral victories in here now.
There we go. So your dad was the assistant principal here, moved to New Washington and was the AD there.
Yes.
So where's he now? Because he's left New Wash.
He left New Washington, I want to say a week or two into the school year, and now he's a 6th grade science teacher over at Farnsley Middle School in Jefferson County, Kentucky.
Okay. And Mom's still at the post office?
Yes, sir.
Still there.
She's dealing with the people of Jeff. Loving that every day. It's not sarcasm either.
Well, that was this is Jackson Byrne, who was nice enough to come up and join us for the halftime. He was a member of the I believe it was 2 undefeated seasons.
Yes, sir. 11-0, 2 straight years.
2 straight years, and then wasn't one sectional your junior year, and then your senior
15,
year.
Or 6th, whatever year it was. I don't remember. I think it was 15, and we lost on 16.
Yeah, lost the sectional final there. This is a team who's trying to follow that up. So
they're looking like it.
And with the injuries they've got, it's one of those where everybody up in the press box is wondering what they would be like if they had all of those guys still on the
I remember checking
sideline.
2 weeks ago after week 3. I'm looking at John Harrell for the score of the games and everything, and I'm looking at it. It's we're giving up 3.5 points a game, and we're averaging 51.5, and we're second in the state in average margin of victory.
Yeah. And last week didn't help that out a whole lot. I believe we're giving up 8 now, but it's still. I mean, that's
pretty good.
Yeah, that's a really good margin there to have. So we're going to step aside, have a commercial break. We'll be back in about a minute for the start of the second half of play here at Art Sanders Field. That was Jackson Byrne, who was nice enough to come up and join us on 1220 WSLM.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward Rehabilitation Program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Hello, it's Dr. Seth again from Ernstberger Orthodontics. Now, we've been tackling crooked teeth and bad bites with braces and Invisalign out of our Salem location for a while, and we absolutely love coming to the new office. We're so pumped to be able to offer a local option for folks wanting to improve their smile without so much driving and missed work and school. Not to mention, we're loving getting to know and support the wonderful Washington County schools, teams, and communities. When it's time for you or your family, smile with us at Ernstberger Orthodontics in New Albany and now Salem.
We're back here at Art Sanders Field. Senators are up 36-0 here on 1220 WSLM and on West Washington live stream. Letting Coach Russell get settled back in here. Coach, run down a little bit of stats for us.
I fear we'll have some time in the second half to get caught up on stats. But in the first half, we'll just go over West Washington. They had 6 first downs in the first half. They ran it 13 times for 151 yards or 11.6 yards a carry. 3 out of 6 passing for 75 yards. We ran 19 plays the first half for 231 yards. Individually, rushing, Roper McFeeder, 7 carries, 77 yards. Mason Armstrong, 4 for 40. Holden Bousman, 2 for 34. Receiving, Chase had two catches for 64 yards. Jacob 1 for 11. And we are set to go here.
Kickoff bounces. I believe that's McFeeters.
Oh my goodness.
He's out wide.
That's tremendous face mask, or not face mask, stiff arm.
Stiff arm there by Roper.
Where did he pick that up at?
About the 17, I believe.
Okay. And then we get going. It's all the way across midfield into Thunderbird territory to the 44-yard line is where West Washington will take over. First and 10. When we come back, double tight end with Jake and Rankin. Chase Harrison out wide.
22, Brady Coulter gets
Brady
that,
Coulter.
makes a nice cut, gets out
Outside.
wide. Jake, a nice block out there. He's going to outrun a couple of Thunderbirds, makes a cut.
Oh, they're going to mark him out.
Mark him out at about the 11, makes a great cut over there. He sees number 4, Kobe Brewer, coming at him and makes a nice cut, and he's left standing, but steps out of bounds just shy of the 10-yard line.
Looks like it'll be the 11. Look for him to get carries this second half. Also, do not be shocked to see Trenton Benskin at some point, if we get to the goal line, get in and carry the ball. He is the one senior out of this class that has never scored a touchdown. And
Coulter
goes
is
nowhere that time. Actually,
caught in the backfield. That is number 62, I believe, to make that tackle. Oh, no, 67. Southwood, the 6'2", 260 defensive lineman.
So bring up a second down and 12 as they mark it a 2-yard loss on the play. And Holden's going to fake it.
With the keeper going out
And
that
he's
way.
gonna
He's
get
going to
that.
get brought down right at the sticks. So going to be 3rd and 9. Now they're going to mark him short, 3rd and 10. Remember, this is a running clock this half. It is 10.
For crying out loud, they're all turned around. They're not even looking.
Coulter on the handoff to the left side, gets it inside the 5 and gets down to the, I believe, about the 4-yard line. So pick up a 6.
Couple of interesting things. The next game, Perry Central, will be on WSLM 1220, but will not be on live stream. So that's one that you're going to want to tune in to WSLM and watch that one. Brady Coulter with a nice cut. He's looking at the end zone.
And he
gets in. So that next game at Perry is going to be a WSLM audio-only game, but we have caught word from the IHSATV.org that we're going to be picked up by them for the remainder of the season. So if you're watching at home, you can always go to IHSA TV and click the link there under school broadcasts, and we'll be out there for those, so you can see that. You can also switch over to our YouTube page and watch there, along with Facebook. So lots of places to watch, but remember, the next game at Perry, the one for the PLAC title, will only be an audio game. So tune into WSLM 1220 to watch that one.
Two-point
conversion is no good.
So look for Jake again in the back of the end zone. Just good coverage by the Thunderbirds.
We're going to step aside, have a short commercial break from McDonald's, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Let's get on our feet and give a big hand to the starting lineup at McDonald's here in Salem. The Quarter Pounder is coming on the field. Filet of fish and those golden delicious fries are warming up on the sidelines. And now for the feature star of the night, the Big Mac. You'll score every time with a hot, fresh meal from McDonald's in Salem, whether you're there for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Take a time out and stop by before or after the big game to check out their all-day breakfast menu or value menu. Download the McDonald's app and you can get great deals on delicious tastes all day long, including buy 5 McCafe drinks and get one free. You'll score every time with the wife and kids when you make a touchdown at the Golden Arches right here in Salem. And don't forget, McDonald's has gift cards so you can give that great fresh taste all season long. Or stop by 601 South Main Street today. And be sure to tune in on Wednesday nights at 7 for WSL. We'll be broadcasting live at McDonald's for Coach's Corner.
Back to live action here on WSLM 1220 and West Washington live stream. The Senators do score again, making it 42-0 over the North Central Thunderbirds. Jake, is that Jake?
That's Jake.
Jake is back to kick again
kickoff.
for his 7th kickoff of the game.
Got a tired leg.
That's awesome.
That one hits.
Picked up at the 10.
Like 7 guys offside and kickoff.
And
He
number
does get
3
outside.
and brought down. Nice tackle out
I'm
there.
not sure who that is.
That
That
is
is
Hunter Pate?
Hunter Pate, I believe.
You don't expect that when you see number 58, and then you got to think about who's wearing 58.
Yeah.
We're going to mark it at the 28-yard line. And that's where the Thunderbirds will take over 1st and 10. Begin this second half.
Thunderbirds come out in the same.
Wow. Chase has got a big guy out here, 5'6".
That's
4.
a straight keep by the.
He's going nowhere.
By the quarterback Brewer. He goes nowhere. Going to be maybe at the line. It may be.
These spots drive me insane.
So maybe a loss of 1 is what they give him. North Harrison is up 24-16. Eastern's on the 12-yard line trying to get in for a score there. So
Great game by the Musketeers.
yeah, Musketeers looking for a win there. Jet sweep coming up. Nice job of turning him back in where the help is. Benskin there to bring him down.
Yep. Is that number 20? Or 88?
7:12 left to go here in the 3rd period of play.
Bring up a 3rd down and 11.
This is definitely going to be a very fast period.
Yep.
With the running clock and the speed that the Thunderbirds move at, you know, it's one of those that's gonna go really quick. Bootleg this way, looking to screen.
Nice play coming over the top that time. Chase
Farmer does a great job.
Chase is one of the best high school defensive backs I've seen as far as being able to time it and swim the arm over the top of the receiver. And, you know, even if he doesn't bat the pass down, he gets in the way, makes it very difficult.
Makes it very difficult to catch it. Suggs did have a step on him there, but then Farmer's closing speed really stopped that. So.
And we got officials timeout as Brewer has to tie his shoe. It's one way to stop the clock.
Yep. When you're the quarterback and the punter.
Chase all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Clock running. Brewer finally gets his hand set. The snap, the kick's away. Not as good of a kick as he's had. Gets a good bounce and stops at the 35.
And he only lines up. Usually you see punters line up about 10, 12 yards back in traditional punt. He's only lining up about 7 yards deep.
Yeah.
He's able to get it off.
So Senators take over at the 35. 5:23 left to go here in the 3rd period.
Again, Senators are ready to roll.
They're on the field, ready to go, lined up.
It's Coulter again. Big hole. Nice moves. Remember, Brady Coulter's kid was out last year with knee problems. I think he tore his ACL.
Yep.
And, you know, he's a fine running back himself. It's just one of those situations
Someone needs
where
to yell
you
at
have
Jason, tell him to play the run. Play the
where
run,
you
play the
have
run, play
you
the
know
run.
a lot of talent in front of you, and you know when he gets his opportunity in games like this, he's definitely making the most of it. He doesn't care what the score is.
Yeah, he wants to be on the field, and he wants to do the best he can
Yeah,
while
he
he's on
goes-
the field. There he is again, stepping through, goes down at about the 26. Brady.
So a 12-yard run gives the Senators another first down.
And this is nice because Mason and Roper
Roper.
both are able to sit out, get some rest, not get the hits that you know they're
Save 'em
picking
for
up
next
now.
week.
And
then in fourth quarter, you're gonna put your JV backs in.
because I don't believe there's a JV game this week, is there?
I heard they're playing North Harrison Monday
Oh,
night.
okay. Well, there is a JV game, so Coulter with that carry out wide.
Nice cut.
Nice cut is brought down. Gain of about
He's not
4.
playing up on the double tight end. Yeah, I know, but someone just needs to tell him to play a little closer up.
Can't even get it outside the tackle.
Farmer comes out. Parker Green goes in.
Like almost set up on the tight end.
That's something that the Senators are really good at doing is rotating a guy in, and you get somebody in who wasn't in the play before, and all of a sudden they're streaking down the sideline for a
Right.
touchdown.
Yep.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He's head up to the tackle now.
Jet sweep. Harrison looking for some blockers, nowhere to go. Gonna have 2 flags. Gonna be a face mask, and I believe a hold.
Yeah, be offsetting. You know, that's something you can tell Farmersburg spending a lot of time on is defending that jet sweep, because we've not had huge plays out of that like we have. And, you know, we saw last week Paoli did a nice job on it.
Our best defensive player.
And it is going to be
Blocking the back on the Senators.
And Holt and face mask on North Central, so they will replay the down. So it will remain 2nd and 7 as the clock is down to 2:25 here in the third quarter.
Deshaun's still not playing up on the
2 backs in. Roper McFeeters comes in along with Brady Coulter. 2 tight ends and 1 wide receiver out, Parker Green.
And he gets
Roper takes that,
okay.
makes a nice cut.
That wasn't terrible. I mean, I wish
He's going to be close to the first down. I don't know that he quite got it, but he's going to be close.
To bring up a third down and
Inches. Coach Myers walks over and puts the stick down right on top of the other one, so it's right there.
Now you're back with Mason and Roper both on each side.
You know, they're going to give him a first down, so move the sticks. 1:35 left to go here in the third period of play. That ball goes to Mason. Mason goes up the middle. Going to pick up 7. 2nd down and 3.
Be right on the 10-yard line. And here comes Coulter back in, and is that McFeeters coming out? Yep, Roper's coming out.
Handoff is to Mason Armstrong, looking for some blocking. Nice
He's
stiff
gonna
arm, going to
get
get into the end zone. Sorry for those of you at home, you're not able to see that one. We don't cover that corner of the end zone. We got the rest of it, the whole rest of the field, but it seems like they get in that corner quite a bit. We got a post that kind of blocks it, so that's why we don't cover that corner. But he does get in for the touchdown, moving the score 48-0. Running clock still going.
That's Mason's 2nd touchdown night, and that makes the score 48-0 as Harrison comes back in for the 2-point conversion, and looks like Coulter is the running back. And Chase, the receiver, to the near side. Again, you got Rankin and you got Strange as tight ends. Rankin on the left. Or no, is that Pavey?
I think it's Pavey in at tight end. Got 5 seconds to go.
And
going to be an offside. It's going
to end the quarter.
Going to end the quarter on a penalty.
Can't end on a defensive
Can't end on a defensive penalty, so we're going to have an untimed down here. Once again, Senators are up 48-0 over North Central Farmersburg. The officials are meeting over there, kind of discussing what's going to happen. I guess you can end
a quarter, but not a half.
Not a half.
Okay.
So West Washington comes to the sideline. Well, nope, they've changed their mind.
They're making, yeah. So that's why I didn't think you could.
So the Senators come back out onto the field.
Is it? And see where Trenton Benskin lines up. Or is he? No, he's not even. No. But I believe that is Hunter Pavey as the tight end on the left side.
Yes.
Maybe looking to get him the ball right here.
Have they?
Yep.
No.
They got him. They got him. He's wide open. He got
Catches it for the score there. 2-point conversion. Hunter Pavey.
Another one of the seniors.
Great job by the senior there getting that 2-point conversion. Going to make it 50-0 to start the fourth period of play. We're going to step aside, have a short commercial break, and be back in just a moment.
That's included in the price of a ticket to attend an IHSAA athletic event.
Harris cuts left, darts right, and goes straight to college!
High school sports teach life skills that go beyond the field of play. Skills that pave the way to a better education and a more fulfilling career. It's all included in the price of admission when you attend a high school athletic event. All you have to do is buy a ticket.
I can do that.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Battleview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward Rehabilitation Program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Battleview and Salem Crossing, two great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Senators are going to kick off to start the fourth quarter of play here at Art Sanders Field on WSLM 1220 AM and on West Washington live stream. Jake Strange back to kick off for his how many time, Darren?
Is this his eighth?
Eighth time.
Eighth time.
Jake is kicking off, so the Thunderbirds have adjusted a little bit and put somebody in the center of the field. Jake gets all of that one. Kicks it to about the 32 straight out of bounds.
And that'll be where North Central takes over 1st and 10. Again, just another tremendous effort by the Senators, offensively, defensively, special teams. Anytime you can score on special teams, and the punt return Chase had was huge. Even though a game like this, I mean, still the confidence that gives him next time that next week we make Perry Central punt, catches it, and he's got that feeling that he can take it. He can take it the distance. And,
yeah.
So those are the things that, as a coach, that you're looking for in these type of situations, is to build on.
No, I'm not switching it, but I might next week. Who knows?
Senators come out with the same base defense. Going to be a jet sweep this way. Nice job by the two Senators to get him. That was Jake Strange and Harrison Sanford, who was able to bring down number 1, Kalen Thompson.
Kid's got guts. Senator defense still on the field. What was he out there? One possession the first half?
Yeah.
Or the third quarter?
Yep.
So, I do see number 16, which is...
That's good pass blocking. That is
nice job on the pass out. Oh, a great move by number 3, Braden Shrugs.
He's not going to get... there's a late hit, looked like.
I would literally run the same thing. Their pass blocking was...
We're going to give him the first down.
71. Down to 2. Clock.
And clock down 10:25 and counting.
Going to be another very quick quarter here. We are at 9:16, maybe done by 9:30.
Yeah, should be. Unless we start, I can't see anybody calling timeouts.
Oh, Farmer, you're completely offsides there, but he doesn't get the
Charles
call.
Madden shot 2 there and throws down. What was that?
Is that 13?
13 or 88? I'm gonna say 88.
Green 41.
Gonna lose 2 yardage. So nice job shooting the gap by Charles Madden, using that explosive quickness. We've not seen him do that a lot tonight. It's been more in the first half as the blitzes from Glenn Rankin. But you know, Charles anytime has the ability to shoot that gap and create havoc.
Going to be a pass again. Drop back.
Incomplete. They
Nice
tried to
job
run
by
the
Parker
same-
Green coming around the backside to get that one.
Tried to run the same play they had success with a couple plays ago, and you know, this time it looked like we went to more of a cover 2, and Parker's able to sit right there in the flats and, you know, make a nice play.
Got a score update from Salem. They win 39-0 tonight over Corden.
So again, next week's game will also start at 7:30 due to the fact Perry Central is on a different time than we are, so it'll be a 7:30 start.
There's another jet in front. Farmer does a nice job of
perfect tackle,
of holding on to that and turning.
If you are a kid at home watching this, watch Chase. I mean, that is a textbook tackle right there.
Gonna bring up 4th and 12.
And Chase he's played a great game tonight. It's a senior night. He's not going to forget. Turned the punt, had a long touchdown reception. You know, a hit that he may have got flagged for, but it was one of the best hits I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Be 4th and 12, and they are back to punt. And it's blocked.
It's blocked.
Oh.
So hits the Senator. They pick it up, so it's downed at the 45.
And that'll be time for West Washington's JV to get some playing time.
So we've got a whole group of new players coming in for the Senators. 18 comes in at quarterback, Gavin Bell, the freshman, 6 foot 139. Brady Coulter still in the backfield for the Senators on senior night. 61, Cameron Van Cleve is now the center. We've got 89 out wide, which is Hunter Thompson.
How many times do you have to tell a kid?
Handoff to
Coulter.
Brady Coulter. He's going to get back to the line, but that's as far as he's going to go.
That is about time.
Going to be 2nd and 10. They're going to move it forward. 2nd and 9.
Clock, as we said, continues to run down to 6:10.
Coulter up the middle,
Oh,
then
big
breaks
help.
it out wide.
Get Jace out. Get Jace out.
Coulter makes a nice cut. Ends up getting to about the 20.
It's not, I'm not saying it is the answer, but it's a lesson. Like, Jace shouldn't be playing. Jace shouldn't be given the opportunity to play a game right
We'll mark it at the 21.
What about
So a
Nathan?
33-yard gain for Brady Coulter.
Nice job by that senior on senior night. In comes number 20, which is Caden Van Cleve. Hand off to Caden. He goes up the middle, gains maybe one. Braxton Sprouse in at wide receiver on this side.
Justin, can you go talk to Jace? Tell him why he's on the sideline. No, Justin.
Van Cleve out wide, finds a nice hole to go through, and is going to gain.
Nathan made a good read, but he just
Going to be a first down.
Needed 8, got 9.
Ball is on the 12-yard line now. 4:26 to go.
He wants to play the pass all night, and he doesn't want to fill his gap. He doesn't want to do his own responsibility. All right, put that on.
Van Cleve with that carry. Gets back to the line and then goes down. Under 4 minutes to go.
Van Cleve to the left. There's a lot of movement.
There's
there.
movement everywhere. There was movement all across the line. There was movement
I'd
out
say
at the
it's
wide
probably
receiver. Probably going to be on us.
Yeah. This will be a 5-yard penalty on the Senators.
Senators are backed up there. Going to be a first and about 13. 3:10 left to go. Van Cleve trying to get out wide. We're going to get another hold.
Where it's coming from, I'm guessing a hold.
I'll tell you what, it's
Hold on the
it's the fourth
Senators.
quarter, and we're losing by 50 points, and Nathan is giving us more energy than Jace has on defense all night.
So going to back up even further.
Move it back to the 25-yard line. A first down and 24, 23.
Stop. Stop.
Van Cleve to the near side. Gets upfield. Gains a little bit of it back.
So about a 6-yard gain for that.
Minute 45 left to go here in the game.
Caden Van Cleve has now carried the ball as many times as Mason Armstrong has tonight. And the Senators send their starting offense back in simply to take
a knee, let them know, hey, we're taking a knee, we're running out the clock. So Holden takes a knee there, hands the ball over. 39 seconds to go here on the play clock, so Senators won't snap the ball until we're under probably 5. The discussion is, does the clock still run during the penalty?
Yes.
It does. So they're going to take the penalty and back them up.
Oh, I know, yeah. Road on
delay game on the Senators. It's going to back up. Clock continues to run here. Still don't have to snap the ball. So that's going to bring the end of the game. It's going to be 50-0. West Washington wins. 20 seconds to go. There's going to be some fireworks, I'm sure, going on after the game, but great overall win for the Senators here. We see him coming to center field to go across and shake hands. So time has officially run out. We're going to step aside for a commercial break or two. Be back in just a moment.
Wouldn't it be great to find a dealer that puts their customer satisfaction over their profits? Well, you have. Eddie Gilstrap Motors in Salem, Indiana has been your hometown Ford dealership for over 80 years. No hassle, no pressure, and ranked in the top 6% nationwide for customer service. Specializing in Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Eddie Gilstrap Motors is your one-stop shop for your sales, service, and auto body repair needs. Visit us today at EddieGilstrapMotors.com or come see us at 207 South Main Street, downtown Salem, Indiana.
Hey there, Radio Land. My name is Seth Ernstberger, and I wanted to make sure you'd heard about my new office, Ernstberger Orthodontics in Salem. We've got a spot now up here helping people find their happy when it comes to their smile and bite. It's one of my favorite things to do, so if you're wondering how braces or clear aligners like Invisalign can change your smile game, check us out on Facebook and Google, and then smile with us at Ernstberger Orthodontics in New Albany and Salem.
Listen up, high school sports fans. This cheer's for you.
You're number one! You're number one! Why all the love? Why do we think you're number one?
Because as high school athletes, we know there is no us without you.
We know that when you buy a ticket to see an IHSAA game or meet, you're helping pay for new uniforms, safer equipment, or even a bus ride to the game.
But we also know what you're really saying is, I believe in you. I believe you could be somebody.
When you think about all of the opportunities your attendance at an IHSAA athletic event creates,
And the fact that you paid for your ticket?
well, fantastic doesn't begin to describe how we feel about you.
High school sports.
You pay,
We play.
everybody wins.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Caring people make the difference. You can feel it the minute you walk into Salem Crossing. Experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. They're here to help you and your family find answers and solutions and peace of mind. In fact, they become an extension of your family. For more information about Salem Crossing, visit ASCSSeniorCare.com or call 812-883-1877. That's 812-883-1877.
If you bought a ticket to an IHSAA athletic event last weekend, give yourself a giant pat on the back.
You helped ensure our school has the resources it needs to support our athletic program.
You might have even punched somebody's ticket to a better life.
Yeah, like mine.
So give yourself a big high five.
Yeah!
And thank you.
High school sports.
You pay,
We play.
everybody wins.
That's right.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA. You want to feel goosebumps? Then purchase a ticket to an athletic event at your local high school. You'll be making a lasting difference in your community. Buying a ticket to an IHSAA game or meet helps ensure your school has the funding it needs to operate. New uniforms, safer equipment, transportation. Your ticket purchase helps to pay for it all. You're also helping today's student athletes learn the life skills they need to get better jobs and become better leaders. Plus, you'll see them do some amazing things.
Whoa! Did you see that? Oh man, I think I just got goosebumps.
Me too.
High school sports. We pay, they play. Everybody wins. This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
back here on senior night and homecoming at West Washington. Senators are victorious 50-0 over North Central Farmersburg, who was their sectional opponent last year and was able to come out of Campbellsburg with a victory. Senators get a little bit of redemption tonight, so that's a good thing. Coach Russell, break down some stats and scoring for us.
All right, 50 points. Another awesome job by the offense, defense, especially defense. And when you hear the stats here in just a few minutes, second, third quarters were the explosion quarters for the Senators. We did get started in the first quarter at the 2:47 mark. Jake Strange caught a 11-yard pass from Holden Bousman, who did an excellent job of avoiding pressure, rolling to his right, and finding Jake running along the back in line of the end zone for the touchdown. Harrison Sanford catches the 2-point conversion pass from Bousman, and it made the score 8-0. Then the onslaught was on at the 11:27 mark of the second quarter. Roper McFeeters takes it in from 11 yards out for the touchdown. 2-point conversion failed, making the score 14-0. At the 8:10 mark of the second quarter, Chase Farmer picks up the punt, returns it 80 yards for a touchdown, and he better give thanks to his good buddy Harrison Sanford for allowing him to get in, because Harrison made a great block there at the end for Chase to be able to get into the end zone. 2-point conversion again failed, making the score 20-0. At the 6:57 mark of the second quarter, Mason Armstrong takes it in from 3 yards out. Harrison Sanford catches the 2-point conversion from Bousman, making the score 28-0. And then just like last week at Paoli, right before the end of the half with 55.6 seconds to go, Chase Farmer hauls in a 57-yard pass from Bousman. And once again, Sanford catches a 2-point conversion, making the score 36-0. And that's how the first half ended. And the second half was a running clock from the very opening kick, because again, once it gets above 30, or once you get ahead by 35 points, clock will continue to run. So the Senators were very limited in the second half, but on the opening possession of the third quarter, Senators have brought in senior Brady Coulter to run the ball. Did a tremendous job running in the second half. He was rewarded with a 4-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion failed, making the score 42-0. Then with 41.6 seconds to go in the third quarter, Mason Armstrong capped it with a 10-yard run. And Hunter Patey, another senior, gets into the end zone as he catches a 2-point conversion from Holden Bousman, making the score 50-0, and that's where the game ended. Stat-wise, for the Senators, have them with 12 first downs in the ball game. North Central 4. Rushing attempts, West Washington ran the ball 32 times for 313 yards, while North Central ran it 19 times for 10 yards. So again, that's why I was talking about the defense really after the first drive, where they had some success. They did nothing the rest of the ball game. West Washington was 3 out of 6 passing with 0 interceptions for 75 yards, whereas North Central was 12 out of 16, which sounds like an amazing percentage, which it is, but a lot of those were the jet sweeps where Brewer would get it and just simply shovel it forward, and the West Washington linebackers was right there for no gain. So he completes 12 out of 16 for 46 yards. Total yardage in the ball game, West Washington had 393. North Central had 56. Coach Gibby is going to be very happy with those numbers. West Washington took great care of the ball, no interceptions, no fumbles, while North Central did have 1 fumble, which was recovered by the Senators. Penalties, that the way the first quarter started, it seemed like we might be here until tomorrow with every play seemed like there was a penalty, but there ended up being 16 penalties in the ball game, but I am willing to bet that 10 to 12 of them were in that first quarter. West Washington was penalized 8 times for 60 yards. North Central, meanwhile, was penalized 8 times for 37 yards. Individually, Roper McFeeters ran the ball 9 times for 84 yards. Brady Coulter, playing in the second half only, ran 9 times for 128 yards. Holden Bousman ran it 3 times for 37 yards. Mason Armstrong 6 times for 57 yards. And Caden Van Cleve there at the end ran it 5 times for 7 yards. As we said, Holden was 3 out of 6, no interceptions for 75 yards. Chase Farmer caught 2 for 64, and Jake Strange 1 for 11. So a dominating performance once again by these Senators.
We're going to take just a second here and let Coach Bousman get settled in. Another great performance by the Senators, being able to put up 50 points with a running clock all of the second half. Coach Bousman, break down tonight. I know it's senior night. I know it's homecoming. What did this game mean to your seniors?
Well, there's a lot going on tonight, and for the seniors, they've prepared the same way all year, and this was a sectional opponent, so they were geared up from that standpoint. But it was just a big night with the festivities before, and unusual having both senior night and homecoming. But we have some great seniors that have led us in so many different ways, and they have got a lot of football in. From a standpoint, these guys have got a lot of time on the field, and as not as much as freshmen, but their sophomore year beyond. And they're the reason the crowd is so big down there, and they're unselfish, and this was just a great win. We're fortunate because we went ahead and did senior night tonight. These guys are guaranteed back here week 8, and then we hope to see a lot more games in the tournament. But it's a very special group of seniors that I've been fortunate to be with directly, because Holden's played with them all the way up through youth league, and I've watched them grow as athletes and mature and know all the skills and the abilities that they have. But just a great group of seniors.
Tonight, kind of talking a little bit about your seniors, Chase Farmer played a heck of a game. There were his punt return was amazing. He had a hit over here that he was flagged for, that when we looked at it, it looked as clean as could be. He caught a couple of deep balls there. Just played a really good game.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about Chase.
Yeah, it was one of Chase's best games. Harrison's been coming into one of our most explosive receivers, and he didn't really have any touches tonight from a reception standpoint. Chase had 2 big catches, and then the punt return, and the composure that he kept once the ball kind of trickled past, and the composure to pick it up and then give all the guys credit to maintain some blocks, and then Chase's good vision, and then he's just got natural speed to get to the end zone. So he did a great job on the offensive side, ran a perfect route on his deep touchdown. And then defensively, Chase is just so physical. And, when he does things right, he's really, really good. And tonight, near the end of the game, had a perimeter run at him. And there's been a couple games this year where he's had the DB right where he wants him, has him extended, bench pressed off, technique looks perfect. And then he wants to jump inside and make that play, and then it's a bounce. And tonight, he played it perfect, bench pressed him, got rid of him, and played outside in. Perfect tackle, everything. And that's what you want as you get into midseason. They're going to make mistakes, and Chase played that to perfection, and I anticipate him to continue doing it with that exact same technique as the season goes. But he had a phenomenal night on senior night.
Looking forward, you've got Perry next week at Perry, which will solidify a PLAC championship if you guys can come out of there with a victory, and then you come back here for a Indianapolis Southridge. Shortridge here at Art Sanders Field. Looking forward, what are you thinking?
Oh, we're going to get Perry Central's best shot. You always do. They are a very fundamentally sound, disciplined football team. So we know that we're going to get their best. And we're down there. All of our big games, everything is on the road. I've said this. We're at Eastern. We're at a conference opponent with Mitchell, at Paoli, at Perry, at Salem. But I'll tell you, that prepares us for the tournament, because if you're going to win a sectional, regional, semi-state, and state, you're going on the road. So it prepares us to play those big games on the road. And, we're going to have a great week of practice. The kids, they don't just play like championship teams. They prepare that same way. So I expect our guys to be zeroed in and focused, and I've said it all year. The bigger the game, the bigger our guys step up, and I expect nothing less next week.
Well, Coach, we're going to let you go ahead and get out of here. Celebrate with your team a little bit. I'm sure you're going to watch some video over Paoli over the weekend. Get prepared for them, and we'll talk to you at Paoli.
Perry.
Or at Perry, not Paoli.
That's all right. That's all right. We hope the same outcome, just a bigger margin of victory, hopefully.
Yeah.
But, all right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the fans, everyone listening, watching. just a great night for Senator football, and we hope to keep it going for next week. Thanks a lot.
Sounds good. Thank you. We're going to give Coach Russell just a second to settle back in here, get his final thoughts of the game. But you couldn't ask for anything more out of the Senators tonight. 50-0 over a North Central team that came in and won a sectional on this field last year. So with that being able to dismiss them 50-0, it's a different team for them, but it's the same name on the jersey. So, Coach Russell, final thoughts?
Just another dominating performance by the Senators, and they came out and played the way you expected them to play. And I heard Coach Bousman say it. They don't look at other teams' records. They don't look at any of that. They want to play football, and they came out tonight and took care of business just like you would expect. And I think they're going to be really excited for next week.
That's exactly right. Going down to Perry, able to solidify a conference championship there, that'd be a great thing. On the road, doing it on somebody else's field is always a big deal. Anything else you got tonight, Coach?
No.
Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and sign off once again. Thanks to all of the sponsors that allow us to bring you the games here at West Washington. So we're going to send it back to WSLM at the station. Once again, thank you very much, and we're signing off.